So this is the Story of Swan Lake, which is the ballet by Tchaikovsky. It is the story of these women who were put under a curse by a wizard named Rothbart, and the curse would only break when one of them would fall in love. And one of them, Odette, meets the prince of the land, which I assume is Russia, Siegfried. And she and Siegfried fall in love. In order to destroy this, Rothbart creates another swan to look just like Odette. Her name is Odile, and she is traditionally what we call the black swan. So Odette is white and Odile is the black swan. And they both come to this ball where Siegfried is supposed to announce that he's going to marry Odette. But instead he sees Odile, thinks that she is Odette, dances with her, falls in love with her, and when Odette sees that he's dancing with Odile, she leaves, goes, and traditionally in the ballet, she kills herself, and then he, out of sadness, kills himself. And then, what, the curse is broken? Is it not? It's all very ambiguous in the ballet. So in our story, what we've taken is that original story and just turned it on its head. And so we're looking at the relationships between these characters, the relationships for women playing these characters, and a deeper insight into who these characters are.
My name is Ellie Kniff.
Emily Kemp.
Rachel Hicks.
Abigail Martin.
I'm 16 years old.
14.
14.
17.
I go to Highlands High School.
Highlands High School.
I'm homeschooled.
I go to Notre Dame Academy.
I play Rothbart.
Odile.
I'm Siegfried.
I play a narrator, but at the end of the show you find out something interesting about my character and how she's related to the story.
I would say that the show is very artistic.
Interesting.
Different.
Haunting.
Being a college student, how do you feel working with middle schoolers and high schoolers?
Like, being in theater, you're kind of like just a kid all the time anyways, so like you goof around a lot, so it's not too bad, but it is different.
It's not too different because I did literally just graduate, but it is different in the sense of energy. Like I work and I'm so like dead all the time and they're always so energetic. So that's one thing. They really pump me up, I guess. They're all pretty fun and we all work together really well, and I didn't even know any of them and they all welcomed me, so it's good.
Well, being homeschooled and growing up with a family that has multiple ages in it, I was used to working with different ages and being in class with kids who were 5 years younger than you, but we were all in the same class. And I think as long as everybody has the same mission and is working together on the same goal, it doesn't really matter what age you are.
Why choose to do Swan Lake instead of doing something like A Christmas Carol or Gift of the Magi or a more traditional Christmas tale? First of all, everybody in the area is already doing these stories and they're doing them really well. We don't ever want to try to compete with places like Playhouse in the Park or Covedale or places that really do spectacular, beautiful theater for the community. What we wanted to do was pick something that could fit a winter theme and would be popular enough that people would be intrigued, but would still be really different and be something they couldn't see anywhere else at Christmas time. This is a theatrical space, but it's a theatrical space that doesn't have a lot of technological support in it. It's really very interesting. We are having to create a lighting grid using clip lights, like the kinds of things you buy at Lowe's to use for construction, and extension cords, and since we don't have dimmer packs or a lighting board, we're using table light dimmers to create an old-fashioned lighting board, basically. It does make it harder to light the space, but it does mean that we can come into any kind of non-theatrical space and kind of figure out how to make it work without Source 4s or power cans or any of those professional lighting, which I would love to have, but you don't always have them. So, you know, it's good to know how to come into a space and figure that out. Modern technology has made it a lot easier to make theater happen in spaces where we wouldn't normally be able to make theater happen, which is kind of cool.